On this week's team podcast, we talk about how to make tartan look cool.
The Traitors brings up a lot of that kind of style again. And there's definitely like a way to make it modern, and you're making it for modern.
How to nail low-key glamour for evening looks.
To be able to put one thing on, feel chic and prepared for the evening, that's what I want.
The perfume that's going to have you smelling like a sexy biscuit.
I like to smell like a Parisian bakery in the morning, mixed with, like, I will say this, a Middle Eastern old man.
And the juiciest dilemmas we've ever had, including, can you un-ick the ick?
That's talent. If you
That's
can un-ick
really
yourself,
talent,
that's now a turn on. That's sexy.
Exactly.
But it's just the owning it. Like, that's
Yeah.
the hot thing about
Yeah.
it.
Welcome to the SheerLuxe podcast. I'm your host, Louise Roe, and I'm joined today by Lou, welcome, and SL contributor Rhea Cartwright. We've got a full lineup for you guys today. We're discussing the fashion finds you need now, including how to nail low-key glam, and we're going through your juiciest dilemmas. Before we get started, though, do not forget to subscribe, please. It really helps us come up in the charts, and then you get to see more of your favourite podcast. We usually kick off with outfit details. I feel like even though it's actually quite warm outside, we forget that, we're embracing it.
Yeah. And November hit on the weekend. Like, it's time to
did.
switch over.
It did.
Rhea, you were just saying commitment to the jacket.
I mean, I feel like a blazer over the shoulders is always a must.
Yes.
So I've got a dark grey pinstripe blazer with a good solid shoulder. I'm actually baking in this jumper, but my kind of trusty roll neck, this is so cozy and very old, like H&M premium. So it's got quite a high wool content, which is probably why I'm a bit sweaty. And then a dark washed grey jean, and then a snake, quite a high snake actually.
Nice. They
grey
look comfy.
Where are they from?
These are River Island.
Ooh.
And
love
they're
those.
really comfy.
New
they've got
season?
No.
Sad.
But they do good boots and good shoes, actually.
Yeah, they do. And where's the blazer from?
Charity shop. All of my blazers are charity shops. All of
Do you go for men's?
Always men's,
Yeah.
yeah. Best shape, best
Yeah.
size, and the best
Looks
flaps
like a really
at the
good
back.
condition as well.
No. I'm a bit of like a blazer expert in
go on
charity
then.
shops.
Tips?
Men's,
Yeah.
always oversized, and I always feel like a double vent is better than a single vent. It's just a bit more flattering, especially if you've got like a bigger bum, because you have a bit more movement. And also, I'm very tall, so a long arm. Men's are always longer arms.
Do you, because if you go to a sort of wealthier area.
No.
No. That's not
No, that is not. That's the worst advice, I
Shoot
think.
me down.
No. Actually, you want to be in like weird, tiny places where there's
Okay.
loads of old people. So somewhere like cool, yes, you might find like great branded bits, but actually a lot of mine end up being like St. Michael, Marks and Spencer's, but it's old, or like really old, like Harrods, or old House of Fraser.
Chic.
Yeah, but like
St. Michael was very chic.
Yeah, it was.
My
I've
mum's
got a lot of St. Michael.
Yes, me too.
yeah,
Good St. Michael trench.
yes, oh yes,
So nice.
and
Beautiful
knitwear.
writing.
Yeah,
I can
very
see the
good
label
font.
right
Yeah,
now.
very-
They should
Actually,
bring
what
that
is
back.
this? Moss Bros.
Oh, cool.
Moss Bros, you know.
What you wearing?
Well, funnily enough, my blazer is also vintage. It is from a little local vintage shop where I live in Herne Hill, and it's definitely a menswear one. I think it's a Harris tweed, and then a cos navy fine roll neck, page flares, and a haunch belt, and boots are flattered.
I love that you've done a navy with some grey and black. No, it's a nice combination.
Thank you.
Silver hoops.
Would you not have gone navy? Like what would
Not-
like it,
not immediate-
Does it
my
feel like an
brain-
unexpected
I
pairing?
always go for brown, and
Okay.
so it's me. I don't. In fact, you guys are both wearing grey, which I never go for, and I want to more. I just got a.
but I feel like you're
grey
such
sweater.
a brown.
You're
I
a
am,
good gal.
but I need to break out of that.
But it's
Or-
like nice warm autumnal tones. Like
Yeah.
I'm more of a Coles.
Is your belt brown?
My belt is like a kind of croc burgundy, and
I thought
my
it was
shoes
black.
are black. Hodge just asked why, like, is that okay? And now I'm thinking, is it? But yeah, I'm quite like black and navy, like
I
black
love
and
black and
brown,
navy.
silver and gold, like mix it up.
Babe, you can do whatever you like. You always look
Thanks.
in cred.
Thank
Beyond.
you.
I'm also on the high street. My sweater is Nobody's Child and sized up a couple and rolled up. I love a little rolled up. It gives me sort of Meg Ryan 90s movie. She always had a
Yes.
Yes.
kilt. It's not a real kilt, but I've got a sort of kilt vibe midi skirt, also from
love
Nobody's
that.
Child. This is a wrap, and it's just come out. And I'm definitely channeling the Queen. I nearly put a wax jacket on over the top.
But like it still feels modern. We've actually we're
yeah.
running a piece on site today on like heritage chic, and I think obviously like the Traitors brings up a lot of that kind of
Yes.
style again. And there's definitely like a way to make it modern, and you're making it feel modern.
Thank you. That's how I feel about interiors. I love antiques and I love old things, but you cannot just make it look like a period drama set.
Yeah.
You've got to.
And how do you do that? What's your tips on
all
that?
Exactly like you're saying. I think the pieces that you throw in, whether it's a coffee table book or a piece of art or just a colour on the curtain, need to have a bit more of a modern feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boots are Loeffler Randall, and they're the comfiest thing. I've actually had I'm
boots.
really obsessed with these. She's amazing.
Yeah,
Jessie.
she's so amazing.
She's so cool. Her Substack's brilliant, and just something about the curve of the heel.
Yeah, the heel. I'm looking at the heel. It's great.
Yeah.
And it's comfy enough.
Would you only wear them with a dress or skirt?
Do you know, this is their first outing.
Oh.
So I'm not sure yet.
Okay, well,
what
look
would
at
you
the
do,
digits.
Lou? Tell me.
Well, so because I don't wear skirts or dresses and I'm a trouser, I feel like I can't wear that type of boot. Maybe like a long culotte.
Yeah.
Like a leather short would be nice.
Yes. Then I get a bit scared that you might look like you're in panto. That's my only worry.
I think you just need to make sure they're long enough.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Right. Shall we crack on? New and noteworthy. Love this bit. I always go telly or book just because we're doing fashion and
It
beauty.
is also that time of year where there's so much good TV.
A lot. So there's a new show that I actually haven't started, so I can't give a real rundown, but I'm very excited about it. It's called Down Cemetery Road on Apple. It just came out, and it's Emma Thompson and Ruth Wilson.
Ooh,
and
great
I love
duo.
Yes,
I love Emma Thompson.
She's just so amazing, isn't she?
Yeah.
Like you want her at your dinner table on Christmas Day, or like
100%.
any dinner party you go to. Like imagine the chat with her.
Totally.
She's just
So that show's set in Cornwall, and they are, I think, detectives. Yeah.
That's a good link to mine, actually. I went on a retreat 2 weeks ago. My first retreat.
what like classifies as a retreat.
I think good question, right? So this was labelled as a yoga retreat in Cornwall. And the most beautiful house, like coastal view, yoga twice a day. But I was a bit worried, like, am I going to be stuck in a house in a remote location? And it was joyous. I was there for 3 nights, and I feel like a retreat is actually the way forward. And there are so many now at all different price points. Even I've seen like create a retreat at home, you know, like just kind of carve out your day, get some nice food in, you know, some movement, some walks, some meditation. It was a dream.
Was it social media-less or phone-less or like?
No, I was definitely on my phone.
Okay,
I mean, it was relaxed. I think that was the whole point. It was kind of like effortless well-being.
Yeah.
So there were things that nothing was compulsory. There was a beautiful chef called Emily who had the best food. Also, not having to think about what you're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 days.
Oh my God,
the cognitive load.
To be fed with like very healthy, nutritious, like you know,
food
filling
was
your cup
amazing.
up 3 times a day.
Yeah,
heaven.
Great women, and it was only 8 of us in total.
so
It was just
nice.
wholesome.
I like really love the idea of a reset, and actually, I was saying to a girlfriend, I love the idea of going on like away by myself now.
I do that all the time.
Do you?
I went away for 3 weeks by myself in summer. I always go away by myself.
Oh, I really want to do it.
South of France. I go off into the south of France for 2.5 to 3 weeks, pretty much every year. I have to caveat, I'm an only child.
Okay.
So I'm accustomed to being alone.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do 2.5 weeks solo,
yeah.
but I'm not seeking companionship.
Yeah.
I'm like, right, I want to wake up, go to the bakery, get a, pain au chocolat. Go to the beach, like
just do your own
stunning
thing.
beach club, like by myself, and then the next day the same thing. Read my book. It's joyous.
So nice.
How do you deal with going out for dinner on your own? Because I feel
Not
as
a
a
problem.
woman,
Not a
I guess
problem.
but
Take a book. Take your phone
so
if you
book
want.
says no, but as in men often see a woman on their own, especially if you're at the bar, and they think that that's an invitation to go and sit there and chat. And I'm always like, no,
but I guess it's
go away.
just goodbye, thank you. I'm having a great time.
Okay.
And they'll,
Shut
if you're
it
in
down.
a nice normal place, they'll normally respond accordingly. I think that a lot of women are scared because we're often, it's like that same thing that you just said. Like, oh, you know, what will happen if a man comes and speaks. I've never had any problems. And most people that I know that do this, I've never had any problems. You just got to do it. Even like a short stint,
I think
you know,
it's
a
awesome.
weekend
I
away.
just want to do like a night away by myself.
Even a night, it's game changing. I think especially when people do have kids and they're married and whatever, imagine just your peace and your brain for 24 plus hours.
Heaven, there's definitely not peace in my brain, but I'm going to try and find it.
What was the name of the retreat?
It was called Yoga Nomes. The lady that runs it's called Naomi, so it's her company.
Love that. Lou, what have you got?
Big news, the Claridge's Christmas tree has just been announced. Daniel Lee from Burberry is doing it, which is so exciting. Obviously, last year was Paul Smith. It's like a really big deal to do the Claridge's Christmas tree. And it's going to be decorated with 600 bows of like surplus Burberry fabric. And then I think there's like chess pieces underneath it.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm super excited to see because I feel like Burberry is having a real moment. And another thing I wanted to talk about was a new campaign that has come out from Almada, who are like a very kind of influencer focused knitwear brand. The best knitwear out there. It is definitely a higher price point, but the quality is so good. The shapes, the two girls that run it are just so incredible. Anyway, they have launched a new campaign with these two like Italian nonnas, and they are so sweet. They're like actual best friends, and the campaign basically follows them. Like I think they're in Milan in their day to day, like having like a little coffee and going for a walk, but in like head to toe Almada, and it's just so refreshing to see it translated to such a timeless brand for any age that you know it's great knits and great jackets. Like why wouldn't it be? And I just thought that is so clever.
What have we all got on our fashion finds? What are you eyeing up?
Oh, there's so much right now. Like this is my favorite time of year to be shopping. Like the knitwear, the blazers, the coats. Like it's so hard to resist. The boots as well,
and the sort of not sparkly, but you know, you're thinking
the odd bit of I'm like, oh, do I want a sequin?
Yes.
So only kind of the
just
6
one.
weeks of the year. Probably just one to be fair.
And also like they build up. Like we're working on a campaign with H&M at the moment now, and I was just unpacking some of the product in the fashion cupboard, and there's the most amazing little like square clutch with these kind of elongated spiky sequins, which just it's really like dramatic and it's really, really cool. They've got some really good accessories to come for holiday season. I'm really into capes and that sort of like scarf detail. I think it's quite a like elegant, chic, dramatic take on just like a boring knit. Massimo have got this cream knit with this kind of cape detail like built into it, and I just feel like that with like a cool pair of trousers, some fancy earrings, bit of eyeliner, chic.
Oh, I want to go and find that.
It's really good.
Don't get it wrong at the
They
moment.
really don't. They really, really don't.
Really cool.
And then there's a really nice pair of kind of croc boots from Arket, similar to the shape I'm wearing.
I know those.
Which are really good, just like a pull on, like a heel Chelsea boot, with a really pointy toe. Basically exactly what I'm wearing, and probably would go better with my belt, Hodge would say. So obviously I need to get them to complete the look. And then my final thing, which I've seen, is Alex Eagle has done a collaboration with J.Crew. Dream collaboration in my eyes, like super, super chic. It's like kind of Soho combined, basically. And they have produced a tuxedo shirt. For years and years, I have been looking for the perfect tuxedo shirt that kind of is menswear inspired enough, but fits well, and it's got like the bib detail at the front and then the perfect little collar, and it's just, again, to be able to put one thing on, feel chic and prepared for the evening. That is what I want.
What have you got?
Well, my thing's a bit boring in comparison to yours. I will start actually, mine on the tartan related. I'm going to Scotland tomorrow. And to Edinburgh, and one of the kind of nights was a touch of tartan, so I went down this kind of tartan check rabbit hole and found these River Island check shoes with a bow, sling back.
Oh, nice.
They're so cute. They're like 40 quid.
There's so much really amazing check around.
Yeah, there really is. And do you know what? I'm not really a pattern girl. Like I like leopard print, but that's not really a pattern in my head. So I don't have anything that's check or tartan. And actually now I've been looking, I'm like, oh, it's gorgeous actually. So I need to find the right things. My other thing is really boring, but it's socks from Arket. Obviously this time of year, I'm either going to be in a boot or a loafer, and Arket have this great fun coloured socks, and they wash, it sounds really boring, but they wash really well.
No, this is very helpful. I've been looking for good socks because I always end up getting them from men's.
No, but guys, have you tried Pear socks? They've brought out a new merino range, which are more the kind of like formal wear, like, you know, smarter sock. So incredible.
Like
honestly,
that with a loafer.
Yes, they are. I would not look at another sock.
Okay, fine.
Oof,
Okay, I changed mine to pairs.
Yeah.
I have got a couple of things. Talking about thinking ahead for the holidays, Loeffler Randall has just done a red, I would say not a burgundy, more like a persimmon red.
I love that as a reference, by the way.
It's my.
I don't
just
know what it
ate a
is.
persimmon actually.
What?
It's a fruit. It's my favourite fruit.
That is
I mean,
that is such a
but do you know
bougie
what?
favourite fruit.
Is it
I love
bougie?
that.
I mean,
Sorry, I've never heard of it.
They backtrack.
I'm really
Context.
into fruit and I've not heard of it.
When I lived in LA, they were everywhere. They're crunchy, but they're sweeter than an apple, I would say. And they're almost like, I don't know, if a nectarine married an apple.
I've never
Sorry,
had one. But
mind blown. I
Yeah.
thought like fruit could have been like a special subject and I don't know this.
Yeah, no, next time. But I did buy them yesterday in M&S, so it's not that exotic.
Oh my goodness.
But
Okay.
it's not an apple, you know.
It's not an apple.
It's not an apple.
I
or
don't
a
know
pear.
what
it
family it
crunchy?
is. Crunchy.
Like Perry.
No. I know. Lou, forget the fashion.
honestly.
So these shoes
Baffled.
Or a persimmon red.
a reddy orange,
Okay.
if you will.
Okay.
They are mules, low, kitten heel, with a huge bow, as big as the bow could be without you sort of flopping
Oh,
around
nice.
like Louis XIV. And they're really cool. And I think to your tartan slingback comment, if you want to just do a little bit of party, but the rest
Yeah.
of you could still just be a t-shirt and a leather
Yeah.
trouser, and with your
It's a touch,
blazer.
isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
touch of something.
Exactly.
And also, I think if your style, and you know, I feel like it's what's against your face sometimes feels uncomfortable. Then, like, you know, trousers or bottom half is a nice way to kind of.
Such a good way of putting it, actually. My other thing is cozy. With Nothing Underneath has just done a gorgeous Fair Isle sweater, and I love Fair Isle, and it's a bit of a cool play on it. I think normally Fair Isle is quite autumnal colours, and this one is very primary colours,
Oh,
and
fun.
it works. It's just cool. Quick reminder, if you are enjoying the episode, guys, do subscribe. It helps, I was going to say us find you, but also you find us. Everyone's a winner. For Mustn't Miss next, I actually have just come from installing a pop-up for my brand Charlotte England.
Amazing.
This is more for Londoners, or if you're going to visit London in the next week, it's till Friday, and it's 585 Kings Road, so it's in Chelsea.
Great location.
It is good, and I know it's sort of on the early gifting side, but if you see cute things this time of year, I do
No,
nab
you have to get them now.
So we've got splatter mugs, scented candles, lots of beautiful vases and jugs, and all the sort of ceramics that we make pretty much. Yeah. So come and say hi.
Speaking of which, so our gift guide has launched today and it is such a labour of love, the gift guide. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of products on our gift guide, like hand selected by the team. So amazing. Every year we have a brainstorm, like how are we going to make the Christmas gift guide better this year? And the team came up with the idea to do like the SheerLuxe hotel. And
nice.
so we have like created our own hotel and it's all done via AI and it just looks so incredible. I'm so proud of the team for what they've created.
Wow.
And then we
Now we need a SheerLuxe hotel. Like,
Yes, actually,
to
Georgie.
be checked in by Georgie.
Georgie's the bell lady.
Well, you say that, so the social like promo for it, a couple of the SheerLuxe team dressed up as the staff, and we're running around this hotel carrying gifts and stuff. So it's a really fun piece of content. So do check that out.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
You guys are game for everything.
I know we are. Well, and also we've just wrapped up an amazing campaign that we've done with F&F, which was super exciting. So the team went off. I got real FOMO. The team went off to this amazing house in
That house looked
Wiltshire.
insane.
In Wiltshire, and the most beautiful house you have ever seen. And it was a whole weekend of content. So there was a Friday night dinner, and the girls dressed up in amazing F&F outfits, and all the soft furnishings was all F&F, and the most amazing range of products. And then there was a cozy walk the next day, and everyone got all wrapped up in their knits, and it was such wholesome, fun content, and I was really jealous.
What's your mustn't miss?
Well, we did a beauty dash last week in Fortnum. So I feel like it's such an underrated location for beauty.
I wouldn't have thought Fortnum's had beauty. I wouldn't think of that as somewhere to go. So I'd
Honestly,
love to.
great. Like fantastic for fragrance.
Yeah.
And it's actually, because it's often quite quiet in there, apart from obviously during Christmas. They have some of the best fragrance selection ever if you're into fragrance, but then also lots of soaps and bath and body. And they have this great mix of new brands, exclusive brands, but also like British brands that you can't find anywhere else.
Also, it's so a place that if you're just not sure what to buy someone, just go in and
Yes.
buy the biscuits.
100%.
Like they have these I'm going to say it wrong, but like toffalofalos biscuits, which honestly are basically like a trip to the dentist in one bite, but they are so amazing. And yeah, just like you can get these really massive ones. So
it's hard to choose on the packaging. Everything's so beautiful.
so
And
beautiful.
if you have friends who are especially American or something, it's just so quintessentially
Yes.
beautifully British and traditional, and
Yeah.
you can't lose.
Can't go
so
wrong.
chic.
Now we're going to talk about ride or die beauty.
Easy.
Go on, girl.
No, this was so hard actually, because to pick one, I
what
was
for
like,
you?
what do I do? I've gone with the fragrance. Shock. I like to smell like a sexy biscuit. That's kind of, sexy biscuit, like edible but sexy.
Okay.
And
Can you elaborate on what that
yes.
means?
So what it actually means is I like to smell like a Parisian bakery in the morning, mixed with like, I will say this, a Middle Eastern old man. So I like ouds, but I also like
I hear
almonds, chocolate, and together, stunning. So Creed have got a fragrance called Delphinus, which is almond, cocoa, vanilla. And underneath, this morning, I've actually got on the L'Occitane almond body oil.
I love that.
And I came in this morning and both Jen and Oren were like, you smell amazing, like you're wafting. And I'm like, I know, I'm a sexy biscuit. And I just feel like Creed is just such a great gift as a fragrance this time of year. They package it beautifully. But yeah, Delphinus, if you like almonds, it's when I can smell myself right now, and I smell great.
Oh, you do.
Oh,
You're
that one.
delicious.
Yes, that's
You're a bit edible.
Yeah, lush. I'm going to now describe mine really badly. My go-to at the moment is the Milk Hydra Grip tinted moisturizer sort of foundation. It doesn't look like it's a foundation because it's like there's so many. It's very hydrating and kind of like you'll probably know more than me, but like it's not a thick foundation, but it's got incredible coverage and it really builds up the colors. So I've got the 4 and the 5, and both work well, kind of depending on like the time of year with like what skin tone or like if I'm feeling a bit warmer. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, just the coverage is amazing. But I have found in the past when I've gone for a high coverage foundation, my skin feels really dry and kind of like stiff a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
I've actually got it on today as well.
Have you?
Yeah. So when it first came out, I was obsessed. And what you said about the colours is so spot on. I could be at 8, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
The 9 is like my exact skin colour.
Yeah.
It's such a good product.
Yeah, the 4 is that for me. I can literally like, I almost want to do a video showing it blend because
Do.
it's so
you
amazing, the tone of it.
I feel like we all know our stuff, but
Yeah.
still, if you find the one, then you're done. You don't have to
And
keep
I think
looking.
there's something in, it's obviously why they call it grip, but it just, the way that it holds to your face,
Yeah.
but blends through, some sort of magic formula there.
That's brilliant.
Really good.
I've got 2. One of them is Beauty Pie. I love Beauty Pie.
I've never tried beauty
Have
pie,
you not?
which I feel like is sacrilege.
I particularly like their lip products. So their lipsticks, they do some really lovely warm nudes. And again, once you find the one, it's quite nice
I
to
still
stick
need
to
to
it.
find my nude.
And this is called Spicy Pink, and I quite like. It's not.
It is
Oh, it's a really
such
good colour on
good
you.
colour.
It's good. And sometimes I wear it with nothing underneath, or a lipstick underneath, or lip liner.
I'm going to
Yeah.
try that on my hand when I leave.
Do you know that what I do find fascinating about lip colours is that it is so specific to you. Like I can look at someone and think, oh my God, their lip colour looks so amazing. That is what I want. I try it on me and it looks so strange. And I think, obviously, your lip colour, but your skin tone, your eyes, your hair, all of that massively accumulates to what that tone looks like on you.
You just have to try, and in the right light. I think that makes such a
Totally.
difference.
But also
Yeah.
when you dye your hair, right? So I've just went darker recently. I can't wear certain colours now because my, like, has changed my tone.
Yeah.
I'm so yellow. But when I'm darker, I just kind of sit a bit more neutral.
Yeah.
So the colours that I wear make such a big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I feel really pale. It's like, no, I've got to change my makeup.
So interesting, isn't it? I went darker too, and I do need a bit more warmth on my cheeks in
Yeah.
particular. Another ride or die is actually Olay Regenerist, and it is the little red pot, and it's something that I've used for so long. I went to one of their events the other day, and actually it was they had all the pots throughout history, which I love seeing.
Oh, yeah,
love,
so
love
nice.
a beauty
from,
archive.
Yes,
Yeah.
from the 50s. And, and it is just the staple that I take traveling. I've traveled a lot recently, and that always, as with everyone, messes with my skin. And I also need something thicker at this time of year.
Yeah.
I can just feel it. And so that is a really good staple. Dilemmas. We've got such good ones this week that we are going to make this a quick game because we want to answer the ball.
Rapid fire advice.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm starting to get the ick, but he's perfect on paper. Do you think the ick ever goes away, Lou?
Oh, I mean, nobody wants this. She gets the ick. He is perfect on paper, and they work it out. He like challenges on her, which I think is like the sexiest thing, that he embraces it. He's like, no, I know what you're doing. Stop that.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa,
Stop that.
You've unicked yourself by doing like taking like charge of it.
Unicked.
Yeah. I think depends how heavy the ick is. I would let it sit with you, see if it maintains, and then decide from there.
Do you remember that episode?
Yes.
It was brilliant because
was
I
brilliant.
think she wrote it so well because clearly that happened, whether it was in her current relationship or
100%.
not. And to unick yourself.
Yeah.
That's talent. If you
That's
can unick
really
yourself,
talent,
that's
yeah.
now a turn on. Like, that's sexy.
Exactly.
But it's just the owning it. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the hot thing about
Yeah.
it.
I'm turning 30 and feel like I'm having an identity crisis. Career, relationships, everything feels up in the air. Is this normal?
I would say yes. I feel like the transition from late 20s to early 30s is like a prefrontal cortex like revolution. I've got friends that are like much younger than me, and I'm like, between 28 to now at 34 is like two different people. And I think embrace it. Like, also when you look back, like 30 is so young. Like we're babies. We're all still
Yeah.
babies. It's our first time here. We're all like, even if you're 70, it's still your first time being 70. A good list, I think, is always great. Write a list, like, why do you feel so unsettled? And what's one tiny change you can take to feel a bit more grounded? But I mean, you speak to any adult woman, even the women that are like on paper killing it, they have a bad day.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's hard, but not comparing because everyone's in their own little...
Totally.
And
Yeah.
it's not what it looks like from
it's
the
all
outside.
fake. Yeah.
Oh, I hooked up with my friend's ex months after they broke up, and now she's found out. Do I tell her the full story or just let it fade? Oh, I don't know if it's going to fade.
No, I think sadly your relationship is probably going to be over. Like, you can't get with your friend's ex.
You mean the friendship's going to be over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think honesty is key, though. I think you need to kind of lay everything out on the table, and then she will need to make the decision of what works for that. I think if there's any chance you want to save the relationship, hiding certain things will always come out in the end.
100%. I think in life that's not the best
Yeah.
policy. Although, just to go back to Nobody Wants This, recent episode, they had that discussion and he said, I think you can hook up with someone's ex if it's been over quite a
yes.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rabbi said that.
He did.
I still don't like that advice, frankly.
No, me
though,
neither.
Unless you are going to marry that person and it is really the love of your life and you're going to risk losing that friend.
Yeah,
or
or it
maybe
depends
not.
like how
The
much
risk
of
of
an
the
ex.
friendship.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
there was like a little snog, a date here or there,
Yes.
that's fine. I
Yes.
think.
Okay. This is juicy, guys. I lied about my age on a dating app 2 years ago and never told my boyfriend. It feels too late to admit it. What would you do?
Wait, so for 2 years they think it's the
Yes.
wrong birthday?
Birthday.
I would be like, I've got a really funny story for you.
Yes.
Or like maybe when
I
he
agree
brings
with
the
that.
birthday cake out, just like add 2 more candles and be like,
Surprise!
you can't count.
Lols.
Yeah.
I think you've got to make a joke out of it. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think we've all been there.
Do you remember, have you ever watched This Is 40?
Yes.
One of my favorite films ever. And like there's a hilarious scene where she's at the gynecologist and he says she lies about her age. And he was like, I can count the rings.
Oh my God.
Jesus, I forgot that bit.
It's such a good film.
Okay, shall I move on? I think we've got time for one more. like, I'm engaged, but I can't stop thinking about someone else. Nothing's happened, but the guilt is eating me alive. Do I tell my fiance or just move on? I feel like we almost need more context.
Yeah, we
like,
do need
who
more
are you
context.
thinking about? Is
That
it
sounds
is
like
it
a
a
film.
movie star that you're never going to meet, or is it someone
that's got to
you've
be a
had-
real person.
you've had
Yeah.
a fling
Yeah.
with, though, or is it like?
I would go and speak to a guy. This kind of sounds a little bit like The Summer I Turned Pretty, if I'm honest.
Everything goes back to some kind of show.
I would go and speak to a girlfriend who you really, really trust, and just like, or us, yeah, and just talk it out and see what it is that is really there. Because you
I
can't
like that actually.
You can't go into don't tell your husband, don't tell your fiance yet. Like that's not
Yeah,
necessary.
unpack it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I feel like a lot of the times, I feel like what happens is there's almost like not the one that got away, but you have like some unfinished business, and then
Yes.
the premise of I'm now going to get married to somebody else
Yeah.
means that business we're closing that chapter, and that can feel a bit like but that, it's closed now.
Yeah.
So actually, why am I thinking about this person? You probably don't like them. It's more the concept of
agree.
I'm now going
Forever.
to live my life with other person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and forever is a long time.
I agree. Thank you for that. Excellent advice.
I love this bit. You kind of feel like you're
Yeah, it's
like,
really
sort of
juicy.
Yeah, I mean,
in a therapy session.
I love when we have Josh on and he's just like effing and blinding. What? You've done what? That wraps up this week's episode. Thank you guys so much. It was lovely, brilliant. And everyone at home listening or watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and please leave us a thumbs up and a review if you've got time, or share the episode with a friend. See you next time.